Mr. David Costa, Dean at Robert Kennedy College, joins us now live from Zurich. Thanks very much for joining us. I think the big question seems to be that not only have we heard from Mohamed Al-Arian and Mr. Honig, you also got Mr. Bullard coming out and saying, actually, we have run some tests for Operation Twist. We don't think it works. So we're getting hints that that may not be on the cards now. What can we really expect from Jackson Hole anymore?
A very good morning, Matri. Well, I think certainly Bernanke will reinforce the idea that the Fed is ready to do what it takes to support the economy. But at the same time, I don't see a QE3 coming now, because one of the main objectives of QE2 was to keep interest rates low. And with interest rate at a generation low, it will make little sense to announce now. Another point is that this is one of the last cards Bernanke can play at the moment. So I think he would like to wait a bit more to see how also the situation in Europe will develop in September, because we are still in holiday time here in Europe in August. So I see that it could come in the future, but the only thing I expect today in a positive way for markets is some good language to support the economy, but not a QE3 today.
David, there's so much noise surrounding what's going to happen at Jackson Hole. What do you think it's all going to mean for the U.S. dollar down the road, long term, not just focusing on this one event?
Well, I think the US dollar is really a relative story. It depends what happens in Europe. It depends against which currency. Against the Swiss francs, the US dollar is at a tremendous loss on a year basis. So as a result of that, if your starting currency is Swiss francs, all US equities are pretty much at a discount, and even some commodities are not as expensive as in dollars. The story really depends on what happens to the euro, and I would see that the dollar could actually surprise on the positive side if Europe doesn't do something quickly to restore confidence, because I don't really like the latest news about this confusion with the asking for collateral from Greece, etc. So I see more troubles ahead for the euro.
David, in light of all of this, what are your thoughts on gold? I know we always have our gold chat, and we did see a bit of a correction in gold. It's rebounded since slightly. Should people buy now?
Well, 2 weeks ago, I pretty much announced that there was a possibility of a correction, because my expectation was gold to reach slowly 1,800 by the end of the year. But the move was far too quick to really be sustainable. So I think that at this point, we also add margin requirements increase from the Chinese exchange first and then Chicago second. And that's quite normal to have a correction. But the reason why gold is so much higher now are still there, which is the fear toward Europe, what happens in Europe, slow growth, and really an edge in the portfolio. So I don't think gold as a core holding, but certainly as an edge is still very good. And I would tend to buy when we have some pullback. I don't know if now is really the right moment, but obviously for people which want to enter, this might be a possibility. Of the long term, gold, I still see all the fundamentals there, because there is so much uncertainty, and gold seen as a currency more than a commodity is still a good currency which I would like to have in my portfolio.
David, appreciate your time. Thanks very much for that. We're basically going to talk a little bit now about the markets and the expectations from this market. Essentially, we're seeing a picture build up that